What's up, everybody? Thanks for listening to the EZPZ.
That's the outro.
I'm your host, Shaun. You can find me at Shaun S. Johnson.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
With me is my co-host, Dan. What's up, Dan?
Wake up, Dan. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the EZPZ Podcast. We are coming back. It's episode 12. We got through about 11 before we had to take a little vacation. Dan was going through some stuff. I was getting some stuff done or whatever, and Nick is going through some things. So whatever, let's get into it, Dan. Or I guess I should introduce my co-host. I'm a little rusty. With me this week is Dan.
What up, what up?
Wake up, Dan. And Nick.
Hey, how's it going?
Wake up, Nick. All right, let's get into our recap, kind of catch the world up on where we have been. Dan, you said you had a lot of horrible things that happened to you in the last 6 weeks. You got broken up with, your goldfish died.
Yeah.
What other white people problems can I come up with?
It sounded terrible.
Starbucks.
Privileged.
Right? Okay, speaking of first world problems, I did go get coffee last week, and I texted my friend this, and she's like, wow, you have such a hard life. But I wanted to get coffee, and this was before work. I was just going to come back, have some coffee, work on music, and then go to work, except I brought my wrong card to the coffee shop, and I couldn't actually get any coffee. So I drove 10 minutes out, just to drive 10 minutes back with no coffee.
That
is a first.
That is. Why don't you just invest in a coffee maker and make your own coffee? Why do you always?
I don't drink it that much though.
You drink so much coffee. I see on Snapchat 3-4 times a week. You have Smoky Row. That's a lot. I drink
usually
about
only
that
on my days off, just because.
You gotta get some caffeine to get. Yeah, I do. I
gotta get the
older I get, the more I need caffeine, flowing. And the more I'm just starting to realize I'm becoming an old man. I need caffeine, it inserted into my vein like an IV.
Not just caffeine, coffee. There's something specifically about coffee. I was talking to someone yesterday about this. There's something magical about coffee.
Yeah. I was actually talking to somebody at work the other day about it. It was as soon as I moved out and got my own place, I had to get a coffee maker, and I had to make coffee every morning, and I had to just do this adult stuff and wake up for work and get my coffee and go to work and talk to the kids and
let's get into it. Let's chat about our morning routines, because I've been wanting to start some new things. So in the beginning of the year, I got that 5-minute journal, which real quick for anyone listening, is a journal that it's an actual journal with instructions every day. So write 3 things that you're grateful for, write 3 things that you want to happen today, and so forth. It has a day, so right when you wake up, you're supposed to fill that section out, and then a recap at the night time when it's supposed to be did you accomplish what you got done, and write a few things you want to accomplish tomorrow or something like that. I forget because I stopped doing it in May, right when summer started. But anyway, I want to get back into those routines like that. I want to start maybe subscribing to a magazine of some sort, something tangible.
Right.
Just I can read. Yeah. Or maybe do some what's it called when you're.
Some yoga?
What's it called?
Yoga?
Not yoga, but
meditation.
Yeah. There's some really good free apps on the iOS or Google Play Store for free meditation, where you just listen to somebody soothingly tell you, breathe in, breathe out, close your freaking mind off from all these blaringly glowing screens,
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about different types of meditation.
Yeah.
This was about a year ago when I was contemplating it, and then I just didn't do it for whatever reason. But I have looked into it, and it is something I eventually want to get into.
Same.
Yeah. I was doing yoga there for a while. After Electric Force, we did it there, and I loved it. It was awesome. It was this is sweet. And I just felt so much more relaxed, so I'd do it a couple times a week.
You still doing it?
I haven't for the past couple of weeks, but it helped a lot. I felt more limber. I had more energy.
Couple of weeks have been rough for all of us. So that's pretty much what we're getting at, listeners, is that we've had crazy last 4 to 6 weeks really for Dan, and about the same for me. I started back up with school. I have my internship. I'm doing literally 70-hour weeks. So Dan's going to be doing a lot of. He already was doing most of the editing and stuff, but for instance, the topics this week, if they suck, they were both Dan and Nick submitted. No. I looked at them. They're pretty fun. We're going to have a good show. So.
We should bring up your internship real quick.
For listeners. And I guess I got an internship at the Des Moines Social Club, which is super cool. I really like everybody I'm working with. Shout out to Bethany and Katie, who actually interviewed me, and that's who I work with, like, mainly. They're really, really awesome. We have some sweet projects, or she's given me some sweet projects. I've been doing a lot of the stuff with the Facebook, like, page this last week. It's only my second week this week, but I did some cool stuff with the Facebook page. I scheduled some posts, which doesn't sound like anything, but, like, to get the wording to, like, really short, like, you had to be super succinct. You have to do, like, it's like a tweet almost, you know?
Right.
And you have to, like, get across so much information about an event or about, like, trying to get people to come to these events and so forth. But anyway, yeah, it doesn't sound like very much, but it takes a long time for me because I'm not, like, amazing at it by any way, because I just started doing the stuff on Facebook with a page, like, with the EZPZ earlier this year. Anyway, so I got that going. I've got back in classes, and I'm working at Mercy still. So I've been busy. Dan's been killing it with music. And Dan, I mean, not to go back to, like, the morning routine thing, but you've been waking up earlier and, like, kind of changing your schedule.
That is the key for me to get things done. During the summer, at least. Well, not the summer. I would say during this
last year, really.
Month, but rewind 3 weeks, so for about 2 months ago to a month ago, I was staying up till like 4 a.m. And of course I'm not going to get up before noon. And it was just this brutal cycle that I got into that I just couldn't get out of. And yeah, I was getting stuff done at night, but the amount that I was and the quality of it was not as good as when I wake up. So I really tried to start waking up at about 8 or 9 now regularly. And I mean, I'll still stay up till 3 or 4 one night a week. But almost every day now it's been early and I've been getting stuff done and it's been quality.
That's good.
Yeah, for me, anything like after about 9 to 10 p.m. I do is never efficient or like never the highest quality I can do. Like do stuff like, you know, work on homework or whatever, even easy peasy stuff or write something. It's never awesome. Like anything after 10 is just not like... I don't know. I
would agree with that.
I'm like too tired, or like I'm just doing like it's poor quality.
Yeah, I can see that aspect of it when you're creating something on, I don't know what to consider it, but like when you're writing or when you're creating music. But for like artists, like it's kind of the opposite. There's like a following and a movement of people like staying up late at night and doing.
I agree. There has to be a little bit of that, like in the whole creative process too. But
yeah, if I have like dead brain and I'm just like done for the day, I can't focus. But you know, if I wake up early and I'm good to go for the day, just got my coffee, I'm a lot more creative, I think.
Oh yeah, I would say if I wake up early and I drink some caffeine.
Shaun, what are you doing?
I was itching my leg, honestly.
Itching my leg with his hands down his pants.
I mean, you can itch my leg for me too.
God.
But
anyway,
Shaun's looking underneath the table, guys, and he's looking at my crotch. It's basically what was going on.
Under the table? You're not. Stop with it.
Quit trying to justify it. We all know what you were doing.
Okay,
basically, but yeah. When I wake up at, let's say, 8 in the morning, it's like 90% of the time I'll get quality work done.
Yeah, for sure.
At night, it's usually about 25% of the time that'll actually be quality.
Right. Because your brain's not all the way on. It's like
but it's
shutting
always,
down.
Yeah, it's always different work, though. The type of music I'll write, at least, will actually be different at night than it will be in the morning.
Interesting.
I'll usually do something quieter at night and more upbeat in the morning.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Alright, so we're going to go back in time just a tad bit and discuss the VMAs. So the biggest news, obviously, was with Kanye announcing his 2020 election, or he's going to be running for president in 2020. So what do you guys think about that? We can touch base on like the smaller things after this, but this is the crux of the whole VMAs.
I heard that he wasn't even planning to say that.
And then some kid, like, recording them. Like, yeah, I heard that, too.
Yeah. So, I don't think he's actually going to do it.
All I know is that Kim Kardashian's mother is one of the smartest women in the business right now, and she can be his publicist. That's pretty much all she does for the Kardashians anyway. She's the publicist. She gets them, like, lucrative ad deals. She's just a crazy good businesswoman. So, if she ran that...
I did really enjoy his speech, though. It was awesome. He was telling some truth.
Yeah.
It was like talking shit about the
whole infrastructure of like award shows
like,
and MTV, right on MTV.
I know.
Award show.
I was like, damn. Like
he's got a lot of power. He's got You know?
Yeah, I had to explain to Shayna about that. She's like, I don't know why it's so popular. And I had to like, do you want me to give you a history lesson real quick? Like,
Look, he's Jesus.
Yeah.
You need to say more.
So, do you don't think he's going to run? Do you think he's going to run, Nick?
I don't know. Yeah, it might have just been something cool to end his speech with because he's like, 2020 Kanye, drop the mic. Like, I'm out.
Yeah, I really don't think he's going to.
But... And can somebody of that, like, nature even try to run? Like,
I mean, Ronald Reagan was an actor. Yeah. Donald Trump is a talking head idiot.
But I'm sure that he had some sort of...
Yeah, I feel like he could, and he might, but...
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
There's so many damn white, out-of-touch old people in America that would hear one of his rap songs and just be like, oh my god.
Even if every one of his fans plus one voted for him, like, I think all the ignorant people out there would outweigh the vote.
Like I'm saying, all of the old white people would come out in swarms just to vote against him.
Well, the thing about him running is he would do what Donald Trump is doing for this election, creating a gigantic like heap and like a mound of people that are going to be voting for him, so it affects like how the other people. Like, other people are running right now for president or, like, trying to get publicity with Kim Davis. Like, Huckabee. Yeah. Because she said something about how she's, like, a God-fearing Christian and trying to deny people gay marriages. Gosh, she's the worst human being. People are, like, going to extreme lengths, like, she should be killed and, like, should be hung or what. Like, no, I don't think that. But her going to jail was definitely something.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's the
law. She broke the law.
Yeah.
Like, and she wants to choose, like...
I just saw the best picture ever, actually.
Is that Kim Davis? Oh, gosh, she's so...
But the county...
Okay, so let's get back on track. What I was getting at is that Kanye West running for president it affects how other people vote for the other people.
I mean,
he creates this, like, little divot. He could get 8 to 10% of voters voting for him or something. I'm just getting at numbers. Yeah, it's a huge amount of people that wouldn't be voting for the other people. That's kind of what Donald Trump is doing, but Donald Trump is somehow, like, doing really well. I don't get it. Like, I'm driving through town and I'll see a Donald Trump sign. I just SMH, hashtag SMH, shake my freaking head. What the heck, people? Yeah. What do you think about Donald Trump, Dan? I know you like him.
No, I do not.
There's a Donald Trump bumper sticker on his car already.
I am not a fan in any sense of Donald Trump and anything he stands for.
He's the exact opposite of stealth mode. He's talking head psychopath.
The exact opposite of anything that sounds logical or makes any sense.
Yeah. He straight up will attack reporters, attack people if they give him a hard question, like something that he doesn't want to like take a stance on just yet or whatever. Like,
right?
He's just a bad person.
He's such a turd.
And my dad, like, he really likes him because my dad's all about free enterprise. Well, hold on, let me get. My dad's all about free enterprise. He loves capitalism. He's like always about people like running their own businesses, making their own money. No government's taking all my like money, kind of thing. Like he doesn't like taxes and so forth. And so my dad's like kind of a fan of it. I'm just like
on the dump truck.
Not to crap on Papa Johnson, but jeez.
Yeah. I mean, it's a generational thing.
Right, totally. So another couple things that happened at the VMAs were lots of live performances, and none of them were really too spectacular to me. I mean...
Yeah, I did like 21
You did
Pilots,
like that? Because I thought it was
Rocky.
like really awkward. Because 21 Pilots is hype, 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 boom, boom. Mm-hmm. Then A$AP Rocky's songs were like sway left, sway right. Dude. Am I on LSD?
No,
what's going on? Like,
he's got some loud songs.
I just mean the tone. Like, you had so much momentum, and then they go into an A$AP Rocky song and it'd be like, ooh, like screeching halt and then cruise. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if I really like that.
It's all about the energy and where you take it.
Yeah.
But Macklemore debuted his song. Like, I think he released it the week following. Prior, I mean. Downtown. What do you guys think about Macklemore's new track?
There's something about it that I didn't like.
It's odd.
It's something about it. It was like everything I didn't like about Macklemore and Ryan Lewis just was almost showcased in that.
Right.
It just seemed real cheesy in a lot of ways, and the lyricism wasn't the best, and the beat, I mean, the production was phenomenal. But the beat just seemed
because Ryan Lewis is an amazing.
Oh
producer.
my god! Jesus. And the beat just something about it just seemed kind of corny to a certain extent, because like we were talking right before this, The Heist was a great album, and there was more highs than lows on that for me.
Okay.
But there are quite a few things that I don't like about them. Like, he seems kind of preachy sometimes, and that almost came through in this song.
I almost feel like he's almost, like, I feel like he's almost always, like, on the defense. Like, he's always having to defend himself, like, I'm a white rapper defending himself. I hang out with in this song, for instance, he has a whole bunch of, like, phenomenal, like, and historically amazing rappers and hip-hop and, like, R&B artists on it. I don't know their names exactly, like, but it's featured, like, 4, like, really amazing, like, black artists, and he's, like, had to go on the defense, like, I'm hanging out with black people, kind of. He's just always on the defense, I feel like. But anyway, this track, Downtown, I thought it was, like, he took Thrift Shop, because he's, you know, that song got so amazing, exactly. And he, like, put, like wrote the lyrics out, like, on a, like, right
a template.
Yeah, a template.
He's
and
like, here's how to make a hit song.
Yeah, he's, like, tried copying it.
Change this note.
Yeah, like, yo, what up? I went to the moped store instead of the thrift shop. Like, it's just almost like he's trying to copy and, like, get that exact huge hit again.
Right.
Did you hear, though, in the past couple of years, that he went back into using drugs?
Yeah.
And that was what really stopped their musical production.
I mean, so this is once you get all that money, like...
Right?
Yeah.
So I was at least happy that it didn't seem like they fell off in quality. But he was, from that, at least him... But it did seem like he's going in a direction that I don't really care for.
Bottom line, I don't think the track's bad. I downloaded it on Apple Music. I have it on my August playlist. I think it's decent. But overall, I do agree. Like, it's like he's trying to, like, produce the same formula that he had for Thrift Shop.
Yeah.
And I think you put it really well with... This is, like, it did a really good job, like, this track did a really good job showcasing what I personally don't really love about Macklemore and Ryan Lewis teaming up for this partnership. But, hey, you know, whatever. So the award show overall, I didn't watch it all, but I followed a bunch of recaps afterwards.
Yeah, I just watched recaps because I was at work when it was going on.
Right, and I thought it was just a hot pile of trash.
Yeah, I watched it live with Shayna.
Some of those people that won that award, I'm like, this is just garbage. It has been garbage for years, but...
I was about to say, is it almost every year?
Taylor Swift just took over. She won everything.
I have respect for her. I don't really like the people out there that hate Taylor Swift. Like, she's a good role model for young women.
She's a good person,
seemingly. She doesn't like to start fights and stuff. Like, she tries to quelch fights with, like, Nicki Minaj. Or she didn't try quelching it. She kind of started it. But, like, after she got the understanding on the Twitter, like, beef or whatever.
Yeah.
She like
backed down.
She backed down and said, I'm sorry. So I respect her and I like her and I'm glad that she's in the music business because she's making millions of dollars in this dwindling industry. But yeah, Kanye West taking over like he did, 6 years ago now with the Taylor Swift incident. Good for him. I mean...
that shit was comedy.
Yeah. So...
And how he brought it up. That MTV's just been using it for publicity ever since.
Yeah, like every year for 6 years, they really have. Like when they're advertising it, it's like it's a huge clip in like the VMAs, like when they do that whole, like whatever.
It's like the only good thing that's happened on the VMAs, in my opinion.
Yeah, let's get into something else. All right, so let's get into something that isn't super old news, old baby news. Pokemon Go just got announced this week.
Yeah.
And it looks sick. What do you think about it, Nick? Explain to the listeners that don't know, actually. What is it exactly?
Well, to backtrack, anyone that's a Pokemon fan ever is always thinking, like, oh, what if we could be trainers in the real world? When I was kids, it was like, oh, that would be so sick if we could just go around catching Pokemon. That'd be our job. Well, we can do
that'd be our job.
Yeah. I'm going to go pro. What's going to happen is I'm going to get sponsored, and then I'm going to quit my job, and then I'm just going to be a Pokemon trainer. No, but anyway, so you can use your smartphone to basically find Pokemon in the real world through your like camera, I'm assuming. And so they're going to have Pokemon in different regions, and it's going to be awesome. There's also going to be this device called a Pokemon Go Plus, which is kind of like a little watch.
It's a wearable, yeah.
That you can use, so you don't have to be on your phone, looking at your phone the whole time. And yeah, you can trade Pokemon, you can battle with friends. It's going to be legit.
Yeah. For real. And like a lot of the details haven't been broken out yet, but obviously because it's going to be a 2016 release.
Yep.
But the trailer's up. We'll have it in the show notes. But in the trailer, it showed one of the interesting things to me anyway is it showed people like in a mass raid like downtown New York City or like a giant metropolitan city like fighting a Mewtwo.
Right.
Like everybody using their Pokemon to fight a Mewtwo, which if you don't know is like a super rare, evil, horrible, like, mastermind Pokemon Mewtwo. Do you know who Mewtwo is, at least?
I know, like, the top couple.
Okay.
I'm no less than 5, but...
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Pikachu, Charizard,
Okay.
Squirtle.
Okay.
Squirtle with sunglasses.
Charmander, and then Mewtwo, and then... That's about it. Like
no, come on.
That's about it. I've never played a Pokemon game. Ever.
I probably could list out all 150.
There's emulators.
Yeah.
There's emulators on a computer. You can play it right now.
Yeah, for real.
Well,
anyway, it looks really cool. It looks really neat. It looks really awesome.
Yeah,
and
I'm excited. Any Pokemon fans out there, they're going crazy.
Yeah, so...
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh
my gosh.
Let's get into... Well, it's going to be bringing people together. It's going to be a sweet social experiment. Let's get into something that Dan's been experimenting for a couple days or a week or something.
Okay, yeah, I got it about a week ago. Just for
What is it?
I got Tinder.
Oh my gosh, Danny B, getting Tinder.
And I'm not using it to hook up with anyone. I'm just looking to like get to know some people in Des Moines. Honestly, that's why I wanted to get it.
I believe
and it's
it.
also like a great time killer when you're just bored or something before bed, just looking at women swiping left.
Well,
and
you
right.
don't have Facebook, so it's really hard for you to meet people like online or whatever. Like,
oh yeah, so
you'd have to actually go out,
times.
meet me in the real world, kind of thing.
There is a lot of times where I feel like I'm almost too secluded from everyone, which shouldn't make any sense because the only thing I don't have is social media.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got it, and I haven't actually met up with anybody, but it is very interesting.
What do you think about some of the people that you've been swiping right?
I mean, they're attractive, but I mean, I hate to say it about all women in Des Moines, but the majority of women that I've swiped right to and matched on Tinder turn out to just be boring. And just no ambitions in life.
What do you mean? Like, you swipe right with them, they swipe right with you.
Yeah, and then you match up, basically. Okay. And then you can message them.
Oh, yeah.
Do you message them through the app?
Girl?
Like, I don't... Do you message them through the app, or do they just give you your number?
And then you can take it to, like, texting or take it to...
Yeah, and then you can do whatever you want with it. But I've never actually... I've talked, I don't know, 10 women through this, and...
10 women? Like, be plural here. You can speak English.
That is.
No, you said 10 women. That's WOMAN. That's singular.
Woman.
Women!
Whatever.
That is plural. It sounds the same. Woman and woman.
Women, woman. Woman. That's singular. Women is plural.
This is new for me. I thought the first half of the word stayed the same.
It does. WOMEN is pronounced women, though.
I know.
Not woman. Not woman. Woman.
WOMEN is the plural, and that's what I was saying. Am I...
Say it.
Woman.
Women.
Woman, yeah. I don't know.
It sounds a lot similar to woman.
Whatever. This is the worst radio show that ever exists on the internet.
Like, literally, I have no idea how that sounded like woman.
Cut this stupid crap out. All right.
I was talking to plural woman.
Women. Woman.
I was talking to multiple ladies. I was
talking to...
So you don't like the Des Moines girls so far?
The ones I've talked to, I haven't really pursued at all because they just aren't doing anything. And really, the reason I got it was to get to know some people who are doing whatever it is they love doing.
Just go out and get a drink with one of them. Like, you can't just decipher it from, like...
See, I do that, though, sometimes, but I have been... And I think half the reason why I got this is because I cut back going out and drinking a lot, starting a few weeks ago when class started for everybody.
Yeah.
So that really cut back social interactions for me. So then I'm doing this, but it's just not even working.
Yeah.
I think Tinder's super interesting, but like
It is.
Nick and I have been, Nick's been in a relationship for over 5 years. I've been in a relationship for over 2. And it's just like, before I was with Lydia, I never even thought about getting Tinder.
I've never thought about using it to hook up with women, but I've run across so many people I know in real life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Cool.
Weird.
What were you going to say about Nick?
You should just ask play 21 questions whenever you find a match, and then you see if you match up, and then go from there.
I don't know. Women are very weird, and you gotta play your cards right, and you gotta gauge what to say.
I can't believe you don't know how to say women.
But usually, I don't even play a game with them. I'm usually just like, "What's up? You live in Des Moines." I'm straight to the point. I'm
want to go get a drink?
Yeah. I'm basically like, "Hey, what's up?" And then we'll talk for maybe 5 to 10 messages, and I'm just trying to get to know some people. But then I've only had to do that with one person. But then I thought about it, and then I was like, nah, never mind.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Well, keep us updated if you find somebody. Maybe you'll find your future wife.
You don't say woman.
Now you're
Hey, listeners, we're going to find out right now.
How to say women, and this is...
Plural and singular.
This is speech in normal speech, big deal woman on YouTube.
I make this look easy.
Stupid ass Samuel L. Jackson getting capital.
Have you ever seen those pronunciations?
Here it is. This is one of the biggest, or one of the normal speech peoples on YouTube.
Welcome to the Minute of Speech.
Can't believe we're doing this.
Today, we will discuss a word that a client from South Korea found to be especially difficult. Women. This word is spelled W-O-M.
Women, she said it.
This word is used often. If said incorrectly, you may be misunderstood. It is also confusing
Are you recording?
Woman is also difficult. No one told him in his 10 years in the U.S. that he mispronounced this word. He is still very embarrassed by this mistake. Learn to say this correctly so you are not. What I hear people say is woman. This is wrong.
Not woman.
Let's fix it.
Woman.
Pay attention to the vowels. I. The word should be pronounced women.
So yeah,
Mistake.
sound.
Listen to her.
Relax your lips. Be sure that they are not overly rounded. And number 2, make the vowel short.
That's probably why you're so good at it.
The vowels
Just purse
should
your lips and make sure they're well rounded.
I in the word in.
Start the word with
Women.
I and the word in. Women.
See, okay, so for the
Many
listeners,
women
I was
attended the
trying to
conference.
say that it was...
Many women.
Try it.
Okay,
People
there
will
was
notice the
woman.
difference.
There was more of an O sound with the O. So where is that? Why did we change the O to more of an I sound?
It's a help. It's a
Clearly
better
she
or
was saying
different.
women. Like winning, but woman.
I don't know, but guess what? I was right.
Have you guys ever seen those pronunciation videos? They're total gibberish, and they just massacre the word. They're like, here's how to spell, or here's how to say banana, and they're like, it's fucking great.
Alright, let's get into some music, or do you have any other topics?
I think that's about it.
Alright. So there's been a lot of music that's been released in the last month or so since we've taken our break. Of course, we have to get back into talking about music. This whole podcast has been a hot pile of trash heap on a dumpster truck, slowly, glacially going down the freaking residential street of Des Moines. That's how bad this podcast has been. But we can redeem ourselves, people, by talking about music. So let's get into the weekend that was on at the end of August. He released The Beauty in the Madness, or what was it called?
Beauty Between the Madness.
Beauty Between the Madness. What do you guys think about the weekend's album that was hit number 1?
I sold over 200,000 copies.
Hit number
Pure
1.
sales
Amazing.
on the first week.
Amazing.
I liked about a third of the album a lot. The other 2/3, I didn't really like the direction it was going. But I've always liked his old sound better.
So off trilogy.
Yeah. The trilogy is those 3 albums, which I think he calls mixtapes. But those 3, I'll call them albums, because before the trilogy, he released them as albums. So yeah, I really like the sound of that. And yeah, there's a lot of people who say, well, it's just the same song 30 times over. Which I can see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I really do like that song. And yeah, he shouldn't keep making that same album over and over and over.
Right.
And you know what? I'll probably just be a hater from this day onward because he's probably not going to make that type of sound anymore.
What do you think about it, Nick?
I really do enjoy the album a lot, but I'm also very partial to Trilogy because that's the first thing I like really got into. And I think Dan actually told me, like, dude, you gotta check out Trilogy if you're gonna listen to The Weeknd. So I did, and I was like, yeah, this is really, really good. But with him being like an R&B artist, he does have to like stick to a specific structure, which I think Trilogy did really well. So if he's gonna try to progress at all, his sound might change.
Yeah, because Can't Feel My Face is like his number one track.
I think everywhere
it's really good.
I go. Oh, it's really good, but I feel
and
like
it's like not this like his
it's
normal
not R&B.
It's
like,
super fast paced compared to it's like more of a Michael Jackson dance dance hip hop like R&B song.
And that's the vibe I got from his music video for it. Too.
Right. Oh,
Right.
Totally. Yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean, he was totally playing. But I think the album overall is half of the tracks are like really good.
Agreed.
The other half I'm just not really into. Like I'm not gonna. This will probably be like honorable mention at the end of the year for my top albums of the year. I don't think it's gonna be in the top 10. I mean, I know it's not gonna be in the top 10.
Yeah.
So I like it a lot. I think I'm really happy he's got number one spot, and I think the album's really solid. But yeah, overall, not really.
I would say that someone I've been getting into to fill that void for an R&B singer. Have you listened to Bryson Tiller at all?
No. So yeah, we have that on the show notes.
Yeah.
What's up with Bryson Tiller?
I've been getting into him in the past couple months, and he's kind of filled that void for me.
Is he a SoundCloud artist, or is he like actually on a label? Like what's going on?
Yeah, I want to say I know he works with Drake on some stuff.
Okay, so
I don't think he has any songs, but he just runs with him and some of his people. But he doesn't have an album out yet. It comes out the first week of October. It's called Trap Soul. But yes, it basically fills the void for me, at least for R&B singer that's kind of slow and drugged out and just talking about having sex and doing a lot of drugs, which is my type of jam on the day-to-day. Not that that's my life on the day-to-day, but I really do like music like that. He just came out with a song called Just Another Interlude you should listen to, produced by Jay Lewis, who's actually on Selection.
Okay.
And he actually has, I want to say, 5 or 6 tracks with Jay Lewis. And I forget if it's just a bunch of official Jay Lewis remixes or if they're actual songs he did together. But all of them are really good.
Okay.
So give it a listen.
Sick. I was gonna say just R&B and like slower stuff for me, like alternative rock, etc. That's just like kind of my jam during the fall. I don't really feel like listening to much like upbeat music.
Yeah, you and I have spoken about like the seasonal like.
It just makes me feel
differences
a certain type of way, and I just I love it. Like I don't want to listen to something that's gonna
sweater weather is my favorite time of year.
And
I know.
Do you ever listen to songs in like a season that you've only listened to in that season that just reminds you of like 5 years ago, and it like brings back so many memories?
Minus the Bear Omni, OMNI, one of my favorite albums of all time. The last like 3 to 4 tracks just bring me back to December when I saw them in Iowa City with my friend Mallory. We were just like in the front of the crowd. It was like so hot in there because it was jam packed. Because Omni was a humongous album, like one of the albums of the year on Pitchfork, which is a huge music blog for people that don't know. But anyway, yeah, totally. I love how it can bring you back.
Oh yeah.
So let's get into some other releases. Do you guys have any others on your list?
The one that I'm looking forward to a lot, which is probably going to get some heat, is Mac Miller's new album, which comes out next Friday. Well, I guess this Friday.
So September 18th, same day as Lana Del Rey. Anyway.
I've been a fairly big Mac Miller fan for the past few years, and then I was listening to him semi-regularly before that. I really like the direction he turned artistically.
So what kind of music does he have? I've never listened to one Mac Miller song.
Really?
Really?
Dude, yeah. What?
You're white. You have to.
I might have,
But he's a rapper, and he came out about 5 years ago. It was when I was in high school. He came out with Kids, that mixtape.
Right.
I remember when everybody was playing that, and it was really good for what it was worth.
Has he been on the radio, or?
I don't think he gets
I don't think he's there yet.
He just signed to a record label, but back then he was just a huge independent artist.
Got it.
And that's how he just made so much money
right.
to be able to do a lot of what he did. But yeah, in the past couple of years, I've really liked the direction he's taking because it's gone from kind of just rapping about just, I don't know, I hate to say stupid shit, but just rapping about just partying and whatever.
Yeah.
And then he really took a darker turn, and he really kind of, his lyricism got a lot better after, I want to say the first album or mixtape was Macadelic or Watching Movies with the Sound Off. Whichever one of those came first.
I think Sound Off was first. But I was going to say, his lyrics, if you like just listen through his discography, I'm sure it's like getting better because his first few albums was just like he was talking about high school, talking about partying, like, and I couldn't get into it really because like by the time I started listening to him, I was out of high school trying to.
And you were done partying.
Yeah, I was done.
Right, done being a kid.
Yeah, but his lyrics were just like straight up like I'm a kid, I'm rapping, but like he started really young too, right? Like what, 16?
Yeah,
that's cool, something like that. So
he's still in his early 20s. I want to say he's 23 right now.
Okay.
Wow, he's younger than me.
I've always enjoyed his beats though a lot. So I haven't actually checked out his last 2 albums, so I'm kind of excited to do that if you recommend it. I haven't.
Yeah. Oh my God, it gets so much better.
Okay.
After I want to say Macadelic came out first, but as soon as Macadelic came out, I was like, okay, this is different. This is more my style.
Okay.
I didn't expect it from him because I lost hope after Blue Slide Park.
Okay.
I was not a fan except for maybe 2 tracks on Blue Slide Park. I was like, this is it. This is like, it was a nice run, Mac, but you gotta do a little 2-year run.
Right.
And then Macadelic came out. Was a huge fan of that. Watching Movies with the Sound Off, I was a huge fan of that.
Okay.
And then Faces came out, and then he had a side project, which is one of my all-time favorite, maybe my top 3 albums of all time.
Yeah.
He had a side project called Delusional Thomas.
Okay, I've never heard of that.
And he's basically raps as his alter ego or his conscious mind.
Okay.
And this is when he was taking a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
So it's really fucked up, and it's really, really dark, and I don't think he'll make another album by Delusional Thomas again because he's been really on the straight and narrow compared to what he was if you've been following him recently with his new album coming out.
Okay.
But yeah, for sure check that out. And then his new album called Good AM comes out next Friday. Have you listened to any of the tracks?
I haven't listened to any of the singles yet.
They're really good.
Are they? I'm going to right after that.
And they aren't as dark as his previous work
in
the past couple of years because he said he's cleaned up his act a lot.
That's
but
cool.
I would say his lyricism had improved immensely when he was taking a lot of drugs.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've talked about it before, just like whenever something like bad is going on in your life or just, you have that like dark kind of mindset, you can create a different type of work that's fueled by that, and it can be like really good.
It's a different energy, and it can so it seems like he's really benefited from that now, but he's not talking about it, and it's more of just a happier sounding album, which I really like. Based on what's come out so far, it sounds like an in between Watching Movies with the Sound Off and Kids.
Okay,
it's got elements of both because he has, I want to say, 2 songs that came out called 100 Grandkids and then Break the Law.
Nice.
The one of yours released No Closer to Heaven. Yeah, I know you're not really into pop punk, Dan, but it's a really strong album. Do you listen to it at all?
I did,
Nick?
and it's kind of, I feel like getting away from the pop punk sound. Going more of like an alternative.
It's like it's in the weird limbo between pop punk and alternative.
Yep.
I thought that was a pretty solid album. I haven't really revisited it much since release week, which was last week, and then Bring the Horizon and Better Off both came out with new albums this last Friday on 9/11 or the 11th of September. How like a lot of people were like all their press releases and stuff for like everyone that was releasing stuff on 9/11 was like the 11th of September for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
To our U.S. listeners or anyone around the world.
I don't think
you guys celebrate or not celebrate.
Did you guys celebrate 9/11?
No, but like you guys, honor the fallen in any way or whatever, like remember, never forget kind of thing.
No,
I didn't do anything to honor the fallen, celebrate whatever word, I don't know what word to use for that situation.
Right, see.
But I always do research into I find it fascinating.
Watch some conspiracy videos.
Yeah, not even conspiracy videos.
For all those listening at home, Zeitgeist Part 1, 2, and 3 are on Netflix right now, and that's a very heavily, insane conspiracy documentaries. Have you watched them, Nick?
I've heard of it. I might have watched
They're
the first one.
insane. Like straight up, like half the episode for like half the number 2, I think it is. I don't know for sure, but one of them like just talks about 9/11, like straight up being an inside job. How
the one building imploded.
There's so much evidence stating that it is that it's hard not to believe.
There's so much evidence stating that it isn't, though. That it's just like weird, like coincidences.
I really, my 2 cents on it is, at least for something as crazy as, have you seen that building implode? That was, I forget what number the building was called. There's a building that actually like imploded, and they like video
from underneath.
Yeah, it broke. It collapsed from the middle, and it was not really close to the Twin Towers, and it's not like anything hit it.
Yeah, it was like 4 blocks away.
Yeah, and I really do believe
it was like 1/3 the size, like story-wise. How many how tall it was too.
The U.S. has got to have. I believe that building was like imploded, but they've got to have the U.S. I feel for whatever reason. They've got to have things like that set up where if we feel like we're under attack, buildings with certain information need to just explode or whatever. And I feel like that's what they did.
Silly! Oh my goodness.
I seriously believe something like that because there's no other explanation for it.
All right, so we're all going to do our research, and then next week we're just going to talk about this for the whole episode. And see
right.
So how do you think that building imploded? Why do you think they imploded that building? Because I believe that.
I'm not even going to act like I brushed up on this. Like maybe 5 years ago I was like really into like.
Well, if you're gonna hate on my belief,
I think it's just that's what happens. On. Yeah. We were attacked by terrorists.
I mean.
And it was by a country. The terrorists were from a country that we had continuously gone to their country, embarked in tons of wars, and stolen, taken a lot of their resources. Like it's just,
it's our own
it's kind of like the littlest of ways. This happens in our own country with a lot of like black neighborhoods. We ruin and like. I don't even want to talk about this. This is stupid.
We could get heated.
Let's get back to Better Off and Bring Me the Horizon. Okay, so Better Off released Milk, which is probably one of the best albums of the year. It's going to be in my top 5, and it's absolutely unreal. The album cover is really cool, too. It's like a yellow background. A gigantic, like, quad stacked PB&J, just like, oh, it looks so good. And then the actual CD, if you buy CDs anymore, you're weird. But the actual CD is just like a carton of milk.
Nice.
It's so cool. Anyway, really good alternative music. It's recommended if you like old Armor for Sleep, maybe some old Taking Back Sunday, like maybe first album from Brand New. What's it called?
I'm not gonna.
Whatever. But anyway, it's really solid. Bring the Horizon's arena rock now officially.
They're billing themselves as just rock now. They're not even
like trying to metalcore like they used to be.
I mean, which kind of makes me sad, but I'm glad that they're trying to progress in a way. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the album's solid. It's high production value. Like I know you're not really into like rock and roll or whatever too much, Dan, but if you listen to this album, you would be like, holy smokes, that is crisp. Because it's just so produced. Like, not even overly, it's just really clean.
I feel like I'm just out of that scene now.
Oh, no, totally.
Used to be bands that I was into.
Mm-hmm. I find myself falling out, like, more and more every year, honestly. Like, for instance, I went to that Let Live show, and I felt like the oldest. I probably wasn't the oldest there. Actually, I know for a fact I wasn't.
Yeah.
But I felt like one of the oldest people. Like, all the kids around me, like... Yeah, it's like we were saying a few episodes ago, possibly. I can't remember because it's been so long. But we were talking about... how like a band will have like the same kid like age group and it will just filter out
cycle
every 3 years or so 18 to 21 year olds or 16 to 19 year old type thing.
I see some of the same bands I saw 5 years ago at People's Court.
Yeah.
I mean, back in People's Court's prime.
Yeah.
They're like coming to Woolies now, and it's crazy to see that these bands are
still relevant, and the fans age.
You drive by, like, in between bands, you'll drive by and you'll see a bunch of 16 to 18-year-olds smoking cigarettes, hanging out, like, with their, like, emo haircuts still. It's like, what?
Yeah, I know. It's hard to think that emo's still a thing.
Lots of good music in the future, like you were saying, Mac Miller and Lana Del Rey on 9/18. We've got new EP from Big Boy and Fanagram supergroup called Big Grams. And the new song "Fell Into the Sun" is absolutely unreal. One of my favorite songs that's been released in the last couple months.
That's crazy.
And that's released on 9/25, so a week after Lana Del Rey and Mac Miller. So Big Grams, new EP coming out, hitting you hard. Big Boy, which if you don't know who Big Boy is, he's half of Outkast.
That's really cool. I
One
didn't
thing
even
that
know
needs
that.
to be discussed. I know we briefly talked about it yesterday, but that Drake and Future mixtape that's supposed to come out.
Please.
Okay, have you looked into the rumors?
Yeah, I mean, I saw an album cover or something.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's supposed to, based on a couple random people, couple people on the internet.
High profile bloggers.
Fairly high profile people, and then there was
I just couldn't get into
radio
Future's
show
album.
hosts that briefly
Wow!
mentioned it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I can't really get into Future's new album. You guys both love it, right? That came out during our break, like, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it.
DS2, right?
Yeah, Dirty Sprite too.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all over the place. It's really huge.
Yeah,
in the hip
my
hop community.
favorite Future project as
You
a whole
think
by
so?
far, yeah.
I just couldn't get into it. I felt the same about it as like ASAP Rocky. I got a few songs in, I felt like I was wasting my time. Like it's just too drony, and
I feel like you don't drink enough
enough.
codeine.
I don't get on that lean.
Yeah, you aren't leaning hard enough.
Nice. So yeah,
So,
get back to that if you want to chat about that.
Okay, yeah, so there's a couple high profile radio hosts that were briefly set for a second that got shut down immediately.
On Beats.
Breakfast Club or whatever.
Beats One.
Beats One had it was supposed to debut a track on
No,
it? Is that what you
Just
said?
someone accidentally started to mention something about it.
Yeah,
They
it
were
was
like,
that
oh,
one
you mean that
lady.
one Drake and Future?
Yeah,
And
that
then
one lady, I forget her name, and then Charlemagne popped in and was like, shut the fuck up.
No way. That's super interesting.
Yeah, so that's the biggest evidence because they were talking, rewind. Basically, they were talking about Meek Mill. He said some comment on one of his shows about how the DJ was only playing Future.
Yep.
And then he tried to play it off cool, like, oh no, he's cool with Future. He was just wanting to play some different music.
Mm-hmm.
So they were talking on their radio show about this. And then one of the co-hosts was saying, oh, well, I wonder how Meek Mill is going to feel when Future and Drake... And she just got cut off immediately.
Yeah.
So we know
Wow.
that there is some type of project coming out.
Yeah.
We just don't know when or where. And then it started popping up on the internet 2 days ago.
Yep.
And there's just a couple high-profile people who were just saying a few things. Now everything's blown up and you don't know what's real or fake.
Yeah, it's
But-
hard to say.
for real.
Drake's going to do what he's going to do. And he's probably going
I
to
think
drop
that'd be
it in
cool.
the middle of the night
Yeah.
while we're all sleeping.
Yeah, some articles I read said that it could possibly be out on... I'm thinking now that I'm going back, they said Friday, which I'm assuming was yesterday, so that didn't happen. So maybe within a week, hopefully. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully there's some news that comes out. Because I want
He's just going to drop it. We already know. I feel like I was so...
He can do that, but I just want it right now.
Right? 2 days ago when I saw that... Because, on that radio show, they brought up a week ago, but no date was set in stone yet. But 2 days ago was when people were saying, oh yeah, tomorrow is when it's going to happen.
Right.
And that was just 2 a.m. when I found out, and I couldn't fall asleep for an hour. I
You're
just
like, I
stayed
can't
up.
do this.
I stayed up. I had high hopes, but I was let down.
Yeah. Speaking of Drake, though, I was actually... Because all this happened, I was like, you know what? I never really started listening to Drake until... he started getting more popular, so I kind of went back and I listened to his first couple of mixtapes, his original mixtapes, just out of interest, and I was like, oh, this is a lot different than his stuff now, and he hasn't even been out that long. He's
been around for 7-8 years.
It's been about 5 years since his first album.
Right,
First album, yeah. So he's had those mixtapes for.
He's progressed so much in such a little amount of time. It's insane.
He really found his style after his second album.
Quick side note about Drake is he's actually the highest selling. He has the highest selling album of the whole year right now.
Oh yeah,
he's number one, and Kendrick I think is number 2. I'm not sure though.
No,
Who's number 2?
I want to say J. Cole just passed him.
No.
Yeah.
Are we talking hip hop in general,
I
or
looked
just
this
albums?
yesterday?
Oh, did you
Everybody
really?
at school that so far this year, even though J. Cole's album was in December of last year, it sold more copies than Kendrick's now on pure sales.
That's crazy.
I really did enjoy J. Cole's new album. I've always kind of been a fan of his.
I want to say we're gonna look this up to make sure.
Are we
that
talking
I'm
just
not
hip hop though, or are
babbling.
we talking just album sales in general?
I mean, the only ones I was looking at were rap and hip
Rap.
hop per se.
Because if so, that's crazy.
The list I'm looking at doesn't even have Drake on here, so that can't be right.
Yeah, clearly this list is bullshit. I'll edit out all these pauses, but let's look at this real quick. Yeah, Forest Hill Drive by J. Cole, which was released in December, like I said, has sold way more copies.
In December?
Of December of last year, sold way more copies than To Pimp a Butterfly. It's already platinum.
Damn.
Pimp a Butterfly isn't even platinum yet.
That's surprising, actually.
Nah, I don't think that's too super surprising.
No?
I don't
J. Cole has a huge following.
Yeah.
But you don't hear much about him.
What's that one album, Sinner?
J. Cole's not even on my list. I'm looking on Forbes.com. Who is J. Cole?
What? Are you serious?
I probably have heard a song or two.
You've heard songs. You've heard probably anything from Sinner.
Huh?
I said you've heard stuff from Sinner. I'm sure it was on the radio.
Thank you for listening to episode 12 of the EZPZ Podcast. We're kind of rusty. I know I'm really rusty. I'm still coming down with a cold. I have my 70-hour week, so I'm dead tired. But you can find me on the internet, Twitter and Instagram at Shaun S. Johnson. Nick, where can they find you?
Find me on Instagram at BizarkXNick, and I think I'm going to reinstate my Twitter, so look out for that.
Word up.
Same name.
And you run the Instagram at the EZPZ. I tried doing some stuff on Twitter at the EZPZ. Like I said, we've been really busy. I'm back in school, my senior semester, so yeah.
We'll be back on the ball.
Dan, you were chatting with us in the break about some new bars in Des Moines. Let's talk about that real quick.
Well, yeah, you can't find me there yet because I haven't been to either. But have you heard about Sidebar?
No, yeah, so let's get into it. Sidebar and Noche?
Yeah, Sidebar and Noche Noche hasn't opened up yet. It won't for a few months. But it was just announced when it will. Rewinds. Sidebar is open, just opened a couple weeks ago. It's in Capitol Square, southern side of Capitol Square.
Where's that?
So, about 2 blocks away from here. And it's like a little bar / cafe. And I have not actually gone there yet. My sister did. And someone I was talking to yesterday had, and both of them had great things to say about it. They had a great drink selection, and
like alcoholic drinks,
yes,
coffee too.
Yes.
Kind of like Mars Cafe.
Yeah, and
nice.
But whereas Mars Cafe doesn't really serve cocktails or anything.
True.
Sidebar does.
Okay.
So it seems like a good early evening spot.
A big venue, big area.
No, it's real small.
Real small.
I would say about the size of this apartment.
Okay.
It's maybe even smaller. And it's real clean looking, it's real sleek, and it's all white, and you can see it when you drive past. Maybe you guys will see it on your way home. But yeah, I've been planning to hit there. I might go there sometime this week, maybe tomorrow or the next day.
Cool.
And either get a coffee or just get an early evening drink. And then Noche, which was announced sometime this month.
NOCE, which is kind of awkward spelling, but
it is going to be a jazz venue, jazz club, jazz bar.
Really?
And it is opening. They have it set to have a New Year's Eve party, which will be, I'm not sure if they're announcing it's opening night or that's right around there, or that might be the opening event. Nice. But that will be just south of the Sculpture Garden, facing the Sculpture Garden. I want to say that's Walnut Street.
Nice.
And that looks like a real good location.
Yeah, definitely.
A couple days ago, they had an article about it in the newspaper, and they had pictures of what the inside should look like. I don't think it's finished yet, but it was like a 3-dimensional
That's cool.
little picture of it. And it looks really nice. It looks like it has a lot of potential, so really excited to see where that goes. It'll be open,
So you're going to stay in Des Moines for New Year's Eve?
Yeah, I'll be here.
Nick and I are going to be hopefully going to Decadence again in Denver, Colorado. So that will be dope because that was very fun last year. Meet up with some cool peeps.
Did the lineup get announced?
No, it's going to be announced next week. They said on Friday, only a few more days. They're stringing people along hardcore for this.
It better be legit.
I hear Hardwell's playing. That's a rumor.
I'm not a fan of him.
Okay, I've never even heard of him, but he's huge. Well, I'm not really.
That's
huge.
probably a good thing.
You don't like him at all?
No,
he's one of the bigger DJs in the entire world right now.
Yeah, he's just. Just because you're big doesn't mean you're that talented.
No, I understand. I'm just saying I didn't know how popular it was since I've never even heard of him. The only one I really want to see is Flume. That's the only person I want to see again.
That would
really
be
bad.
sick. I love Flume.
But
I don't know if that's the right spot for him. Would you think he would be there?
I would love to see him at a real intimate club.
Flume is just so... God, I love that album. I just like him a lot. He's cool. So, anyway, next week, I don't know when we're recording, but depending on when we're recording, Nick and I are going to be going to see Hippocampus on Saturday, so it'll be super fun. Hippocampus was my number one artist of Somerset.
Yeah, I was about to say, you saw them at Somerset.
My number one, maybe like tied to number one with Big Gigantic, performance-wise, amazing. Sounded so good, so clean. What do you think about Hippocampus, Nick? You said they were in like your top 5.
Yeah, definitely enjoyed them. I just listened to them randomly because I saw they were on the lineup and I didn't know who they were. And they sounded a lot like Vampire Weekend.
That Suicide Saturday song is,
And I knew you were a fan of Vampire Weekend, so I was like, dude, you gotta check these guys out. And they're really just awesome. I'm excited to see them again.
Yeah, for sure. So, Dan, where can they find you since we haven't introduced you at all? Or like, I mean, we haven't like...
we haven't even introduced me. Wow, that's because I'm so
Let's do the introductions at the
Let's trash this episode, everybody. No? Okay, Dan, where can they find you?
Find me in the real world.
Stealth mode, Dan.
Or on Tinder.
Yeah. Swipe left on Dan. Or right, ladies. Excuse me. Swipe right. Right? Is that how you get ladies? I don't know.
Yeah, I think you swipe right if you like them. I don't know. Find me either or. Bye.
Either or. Bye.
Oh my god.
Get them some Chiefs. Get them some Chiefs. Get them some Chiefs. Get them some Chiefs. Get them some